This is the Life is Easy, Life is Good video blog, and this is the 23rd video. So, I just wanted to continue talking about how the universal spirit is the source of our lives. And another way to say that is that we're automatically and miraculously taken care of. If you think about the birds of the air, how we wonder at how they soar and how they fly and how they seem to just sing and be happy all day, they actually don't work for a paycheck in order to live their lives. They don't toil and worry about what the next thing is going to happen or whether their next meal is going to happen. The earth automatically provides their food and provides their life. In the same way, when we look at the grass when it's really green in the summer, or the pretty trees that grow flowers and grow foliage that's actually all different types of colors and it's so beautiful, that tree that actually is not producing that itself, there's an energy that provides that for the tree and for the birds. And so any wonder of the earth that happens, we know that that same energy that takes care of the earth also takes care of our personal lives. And this is what we talked about last week. But when we as humans desperately attempt to create for ourselves what only our connection to the source of all existence can spiritually produce, we sabotage the lives that we are meant to enjoy and meant to love. So I just wanted to talk about how we can prevent from sabotaging the life that we're meant to enjoy so that we can truly love our lives. So have you ever had an experience where there was a responsibility placed in front of you, and when you went to go do it, it was already done for you? I had an experience like that a couple of years ago. I woke up one morning, my hand was in pain. It was very swollen, it was very big, and I couldn't even use it. So I went to the emergency room and they did an x-ray on it. They treated it, and the bill was over $1,000, and I clearly couldn't pay it. So I kept trying to call the billing department and wonder when the bill was going to be sent to me. And they finally told me, hey, it's going to be $1,000, but you can make payments. So I tried to set up payment plans for it and even tried to send in my first payment. So when I called them to see what the address was to send in my payment, they said, actually, we didn't take your insurance, but somehow this bill has been paid. But they even told me at the time that there was a balance of like $100 or $200. So I was like, oh, okay, no problem. I can do that as well. So, a couple of weeks later, I tried to make that $100 or $200 payment. Come to find out at that time, that amount had been paid also. So initially, this emergency room didn't take any of my insurance. I was held responsible for $1,000, and it just automatically and miraculously worked out for me. So I don't know if you've had a similar experience like that or not, but if you have, I just wanted to let you know that these things can happen more frequently than we might expect or believe, and it just depends on our reaction to certain situations in our lives. So usually, when something negative is placed before us, our correct reaction to it can actually open up more situations like that. So what I mean is that when we're not doing something to make something happen, so a lot of times when we want something to happen, we'll believe that we're doing the right things to make it happen. But instead, what I'm talking about is it automatically happening for you for anything that you need or anything that you might want or anything that might be frustrating you or depressing you. So what constitutes what's called a miracle in the faith community? So in the faith community, a lot of times you hear talk of a miracle, but I just like to refer to it as life taking care of us, or the same energy or the same source of our existence taking care of us, almost kind of like a spiritual parent, if you will. So what constitutes for a miracle is the situation will be physically and scientifically impossible. So if you're in an impossible situation, you don't know how it's going to work out, it's something that keeps you up at night or something that you're very depressed about, you're actually in the right position for life to be able to step in and take care of that issue for you if you can entrust it over to a source that you can't physically see with your eyes, but you can actually experience in your life. Secondly, we need to remind ourselves that we're natural inheritors of peace and enjoyment and love of life. So just in the same way in old stories when a king had a great big, wealthy kingdom and they passed away and then their sons or daughters were natural inheritors of that kingdom, in the same way, the energy that provides life for the earth, we're actually inheritors of that same life, that same energy. And what that feels like is love of our life, excitement about our lives. So we're natural inheritors, and we might find ourselves in an impossible situation. But the last thing is that we cannot take matters into our own hands, because when we do, we need to know that we're sabotaging that love of life that we're destined to experience. So when we try to do the right things and we have a problem in front of us and we're trying to do the right things to fix that problem, sometimes things get worse. A lot of times they may even get worse. But when they get worse, that's actually supposed to happen, because when they're getting worse, that's letting you know that you're even closer to it actually being solved. So what we need to do in those situations when we're doing the right things and our life problems seem to get worse is not get in a dog fight with our life problems, not try to figure them out, not try to solve them, not call in favors. What we need to do is actually relax into the moment and enjoy all the good things that are happening in our lives. So I try to think of it this way. Imagine a table, and there's 100 things on the table that are good for you. There's your favorite foods, there's the right amount of money that you need, there's the right relationships that you need, there's the right job that you need, and there's one negative thing on there that really is a big pet peeve for you, something that you absolutely hate. So what our brains tend to do is focus on the one thing that's negative and actually ignore all of the other blessings that are on the table. So what I'd like you to do is just really switch your perspective and look at the full table and have a fuller perspective, and look at every single gift that's being given to you by the universe, by your spiritual parent, that without your own effort have been given to you. So when we become thankful for those things, we're actually opening up ourselves for more of those things to happen in our lives. And the reason why things tend to get worse in those situations is so that it's making that situation impossible for us to fix it and our spiritual parent to fix it. Just like when we're a toddler and we want to tie our own shoe but we keep messing it up, or we want to write the letters ourselves but we keep messing our parent steps in and does it for us. This is the same way we're supposed to live our lives as adults, and the source of our lives can take care of us for us. So how does that happen? The last thing I just wanted to mention to you is we need to feel alive. We need to feel good about life, and feeling good creates the energy that we need for life to automatically happen for us. So one of the things I like to do is I just like to simply ask for it. So whoever you pray to, whether you are a religious person or a spiritual person or not, even if you're not a spiritual person, just within yourself or whoever you pray to, you can pray for it and just ask for the ability to feel good. Ask for the ability to love life. Ask for the ability just to feel connected. And when we do that, we'll notice that we're actually noticing and aware and perceptive of a lot more good things happening in our life. And when we become fully appreciative of those things, more good things start to happen. So that's all for now. This video will be on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Life is Easy, Life is Good, and on our YouTube channel, Life is Easy, Life is Good. Thanks for watching. Peace.